What is up, everyone? This is DBZ King 119 here with another video for you fine people today. This is Precious Gaming Memories number 2. Number 2. I don't know why I think that's funny, because deep down inside I'm fucking 12. Anyway, so when we last left off, we discussed my genesis of my love for video games, Super Castlevania 4. And I grew up with a lot of games on the Super Nintendo, but if I listed off every single one for a Precious Gaming Memories video, the Super Nintendo list would be 50 episodes long. So I've decided to narrow it down to 5 games, one of them being Super Castlevania 4. Now, the next game I decided to go for is a very underrated game, in my opinion. It's from an iconic NES series that had 2 good games and one game that would have been good if they gave you more than one life and made the combat a little less stiff. This is Super Double Dragon, probably the most overlooked entry in the Double Dragon series following the protagonists Bimmy and Jimmy Lee. Wait, Bimmy? How did they make a mistake like that? Bimmy isn't even a real name. Yeah, bonus points if you can guess what that reference is from. Anyway, Super Double Dragon is, I think, far and away one of the best beat 'em ups I've ever played. Easily my favorite beat 'em up on the Super Nintendo. Yes, even better than the Final Fight franchise. There's a few underlying reasons for this, but first, I think one of the main things that really takes it for me is the sound effects. It just sounds and feels so good when you punch things in this game. Just listen to this. Listen to this sound of me beating the ever-loving hell out of someone. It's amazing, isn't it? And then we have the soundtrack, which, holy crap, I cannot believe how good this sounds. There are some really catchy beats in here, a couple of them remixes of soundtracks from older games using the Super Nintendo's hardware, but they're still incredible. Not to mention the amount of moves available, which I think is more than what you usually get in a typical beat 'em up. In addition to your normal punches and kicks, you have a variety of weapons to play with. My favorite having always been the nunchucks, because it's really easy to keep enemies locked down with them. But then there's the blocking. I don't think any beat 'em up on the Super Nintendo utilized blocking the way that this game does. I could be wrong, but I do think this is the only game of the 16-bit era that utilizes it. When you hold the block button, you can catch somebody's hand or foot when they throw a punch or a kick, and you can grab them and retaliate by beating them in the face repeatedly or smacking them side to side in the face with your foot like you're Adam Sandler from You Don't Mess with the Zohan. This really is one of the best beat 'em ups ever made for the Super Nintendo. Honestly, it almost edges no, it does. It edges out another game that is going to be on this list. Probably the next video subject, because I am in a beat 'em up reviewing mood right now. I will say that the only thing that I do think the other game does better is the music. I really do feel like the music in the next game that I'm going to be talking about is better. You might be wondering what that is, but you're just going to have to wait for the video to come out. Now, my criticisms for this game are minor. First of all, it can be a little difficult in certain stages to ascertain what is a ledge and what isn't. I know that in level 4, there were plenty of times where I just kind of fell off the side of the truck because quite I didn't quite realize where the boundaries were, and it threw me off. Um, I also think another really good thing about this game is the boss fights. They're not amazing, but each boss has its kind of own unique sprite that does become an enemy later on. Some of my favorite standouts being Maguire, the two Chinese brothers that you fight in stage 3 that can turn your kicks against you in the same way that the player can. And in an interesting bit of lore trivia, these two brothers are kind of parallels to Billy and Jimmy, whereas they think they're the real double dragons. The other complaint I have with the game is that it is very, very short. It's only about 6 or 7 stages long, and the stages aren't super long, but I don't believe that a game needs to be long in order for you to enjoy it. There is absolutely room in your life for a sit down, just plow through a game real quick experience. And Super Double Dragon is definitely one of those. So, I guess that's it. Those are my precious gaming memories of Super Double Dragon, the best beat 'em up of the 16-bit era. Thank you everyone so much for watching. I have another video in the works as we speak, and I want your feedback. Let me know if you like these, if you like the drama videos that I do, or if you would prefer me to stick to something like this. I'm definitely open for suggestions. This YouTube channel is still in its infancy, and I would definitely like to know where you guys would like the channel to go. Alright, so that's it. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and click that bell for notifications of all my latest videos. This is DBZ King 119, and I am